the summer of 2009, Justin Bieber had a hit video on iTunes. But Mom was still the boss when it came to following rules.
You're not allowed to have a big mouth.
In some ways, it's a typical mother and child relationship. I think the difficulty is now that Justin is a superstar, that it's very difficult for a mom to fight the world. So it's a tough job for her.
I can't ground him. I mean, we haven't been home in over a year, but once in a while we'll keep him at the hotel or whatever. I'll take away his phone, take away his computer.
Technology was Justin's lifeline. He spent plenty of time connecting with peers on Facebook and Twitter, just like any other 15-year-old. But Bieber's friends numbered in the millions.
Even if he weren't a pop star, he probably would have a Twitter. He probably would be on Facebook 24/7. So for him and his fans who are the same age, it's sort of this perfect storm of this is how you create a pop star these days.
Twitter is definitely really important to my success. You know, I'm able to, interact with my fans. They want to know what you're doing on a regular basis because it's just fun for them. So, why not?
I can't tell you how many times he and I will discuss something, and he'll say, well, the kids on Twitter feel this. He allows the fans to play a part in his career. He's doing market research. I think the fans appreciate the fact that he listens to them and he communicates them and does things for them.
Justin was a star in the virtual world. Now he had to reach out to fans in the real one.
We had a tremendous amount of reluctance at radio because they just didn't play kids that young. And we didn't have a TV platform, so we decided to go hand-to-hand combat.
Please welcome Justin Bieber.
And we just went out on the road. Morning show after morning show, radio show after radio show.
Let's get some t-shirts, get some keychains, get some posters. Justin Bieber, all you can get.
With a solid grassroots base, Team Bieber finally released a string of singles in the fall of 2009, including One Less Lonely Girl, Love Me, and Favorite Girl.
I grew up listening to a lot of pop, R&B, and like what Michael Jackson, Boyz II Men, just like kind of old soul music. And that was kind of what I like to do, and so I wanted to incorporate all the stuff that I like into my music.
Fans embraced the songs, paving the way for a 7-track EP entitled My World.
Universal Research told us that Justin Bieber's album, My World, from our November 17th release date to December 31st, would sell 60,000 units in the U.S. We had sold 850,000 units.
Every song on his album charted, which had never even happened before on Billboard's history.
It went platinum, which was incredible. I was pretty blown away how it did so well.
That wasn't the machine, that wasn't me, that was him and these fans. You can only go so far with the marketing, but people actually started listening to the album.
We did a local morning show, and when I drove past there the night before, there were 400 or 500 people already camped out in tents. So that 4,500 to 5,000 that ended up being there the next day.
3 days after the release of My World, Bieber and his management underestimated the power of his followers.
There was a scheduled appearance at Roosevelt Mall on Long Island that Justin was supposed to go to.
There were some 3,000 people gathered inside of this, one store, and it was just total overload. It was total chaos. People were pushing, people were surging, kids were kind of getting crushed and shoved around.
So many people showed up to a venue that just wasn't prepared for that sort of fanfare.
The authorities say that they asked Justin's camp to send out a tweet to all the fans saying the event's been canceled, it's too dangerous, go home, etc. And according to the authorities, Justin's camp did not send this message out soon enough.
For whatever reason, and depending on who you speak to, it's because they didn't have computer access, or it's because they didn't get the message, or whatever the case, but it took a lot of time. It didn't happen as quickly as the police would have liked.
We weren't there. We were on our way out there, and just didn't make it. That's really, as far as, I know it's a legal situation going on with that, so I'm really not going to talk about it.
5 people were sent to the hospital for minor injuries. According to the New York Times, police arrested a record label exec, James Rappo, and charged him with endangering the welfare of children and obstructing governmental administration. 4 months later, Scooter Braun was arrested and charged with 1 count of reckless endangerment and 1 count of criminal nuisance. Both Rappo and Braun pled not guilty.
A couple days after, Justin was seen around town wearing a free Scooter t-shirt, which was pretty cool.
I mean, I'm not really allowed to talk about it too much, but we support Scooter. Free Scooter.
Every decision that we make is to ensure the fans' safety. Sometimes it's like trying to make people understand what's coming and they just don't. And you're saying, no, you're not prepared, you're not prepared.
I hate canceling events. And the feeling of fans let down and not being able to see my show is like, I don't want to do that to them. But like sometimes fans get a little bit too out of control, and at the end of the day, my fans' safety comes first. I don't want them getting hurt.
Everyone on Justin's hand-picked team is focused on doing the right thing.
I don't care about the money. I don't care about the fame. I care about him being a good person.
From his security guy to his road manager to the dancers to the band, they all have to be the right influence.
We don't want to surround him with yes men. I want him to still have that sense of perspective and to be grounded and to know who he is. If you're not a good person, what's it worth? You know?
Scooter, Ryan, and I are Justin's, big brothers. But I also try to make sure that I watch out for his character.
I'm surrounded by old people all day. They're like almost 30. Sometimes they don't know how to have fun.
There are actually older women who flirt with Justin or express inappropriate things toward him.
Dang.
I'm Jason Kennedy.